Hatsu listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to day 14 of the January Hatsu Basho, the Grand Sumo Tournament, live from Tokyo. What a night of sumo as the race is getting to the pointy end of the championship. Now, a recap. Aonishiki, he comes into day 14 with 11 wins. Fuji and Kirishima chasing on 10 wins. Fuji and Kirishima faced each other tonight. The winner to move to 11 wins and equal with Aonishiki, depending on his fight with Onosato tonight. Big drive off the touchy eye by Fuji, who gets a left outside belt grip and gets his right arm just around outside on the arm of Kirishima. He drove Kirishima to the bales. Kirishima defended hard and pushed back, but he is under pressure. Fuji forces him back to the bales, where he steps out backwards. He's forced out over into the alley, takes a tumble. He's slightly limping as he takes his time to get up. Fuji is pumped, gets a big stack of envelopes as well. Abase Teoshi backwards force down for Fuji. He moves to 11 wins, equal with Aonishiki. Now, Aonishiki and Onosato faced off to see if Aonishiki could move to 12 wins, make it almost impossible for anyone to catch him. Aonishiki, now look, he hasn't beaten Onosato in 3 tries, the only rikishi Aonishiki really struggles with. He almost got him last basho, Aonishiki landing just before the Yokozuna, but tonight an injured Yokozuna fighting with one arm. Was he ready for the Ukrainian fighting machine? Big touch eye by the Yokozuna Onosato with a big face smush. Nodowa on Aonishiki as he forces him back. Aonishiki was kind of under pressure there. Onosato converted to a left underarm, kind of right up in the armpit of Aonishiki, and Onosato then just lifted and turned on Aonishiki over. Aonishiki fell down to his left. The Yusho race opens up. Onosato is on 10 wins, but Aonishiki, he stays on 11 wins with Fuji. So the scenario for day 15 is very simple. Aonishiki will fight Ozeki Korizakura. Aonishiki has a 3-1 lead over his brother Ozeki. It was back in May last year that Korizakura last beat him Oshidashi. Otherwise, Aonishiki has beaten Korizakura with 2 Uchimuso leg taps and an Oshidashi. The question is, has Korizakura watched the tapes? It seems the only way to beat Aonishiki is to get inside, get up under his armpits, lift him up hard and fast and get him off balance, drive him hard down. Look, anything else leaves you vulnerable to the Uchimoso and a variety of tactics that Aonishiki has in his fast footwork and his ring sets. He really is an incredible wrestler. Fuji, he'll face Oshumi on who also sits on 10 and 4. Now, Fuji has already faced both Yokozunas, got him both Gold Star wins on both of those. He's faced Sekuwake Kirishima already, but he hasn't had to face Korizakura. So, they chose to put him against Oshumi, who's on 10 wins, Fuji on 11. So it comes down to this. Whoever wins out of Fuji and Onosato has the chance to win the Yusho. If they both win, it goes to a playoff between the pair. If they both lose and either Onosato, Kirishima, Abi or Oshumi win, we could have an interesting multiplayer wrestler playoff. That will be interesting. I can't wait for that. Few of the other matches on day 14. Hoshoryu, he faced Korizakura. He got a belt on Korizakura, set his feet, pulled Korizakura over his hip while lifting the back of his leg. That sent Korizakura flying into the air and landed hard. Watanabe, 9 wins for Hoshoryu. Abi, he beat Takayasu to get his 10 wins. There's a big touchy eye by Abi as he nodded Takayasu back. Takayasu got a deflection, but Abi missed and almost goes forward. But as Abi recovered, got a bit of a deflecting thrust on Takayasu, put him off balance, and then Abi just drove Takayasu across the ring, off into the crowd, took out a few people in the first row and the Shimpan. There was a bit of an ouch there. A Koridashi rear push out for Abi. Oshiumi, he faced Hirataumi to stay in that chasing pack. Hirataumi fired out of the touchy eye really hard, got onto the belt, forced Oshumi back to the bales, used his big belly to try and force Oshumi back, but Oshumi recovered using, here it kind of broke his balance as he was pushing forward, and that allowed Oshumi in a position to drive Hiradaumi back hard across the dohyo really fast. Hiradaumi tried a last minute uchari, that backwards pivot move that Wakamoto Haru is good for, but he just ran out of room. He's forced down at the bails. Abase Teoshi rear forced down for Oshumi to get himself to 10 wins and stay at that chasing pack. Hiradaumi otherwise having a good tournament, 9 wins. Wakamoto Haru, he reminded Asanayama of the lethality when he gets a left inside belt for a Yorikiri win. Wakamoto Haru moved to 7 wins. He's got a chance of Kachikoshi tomorrow. Asanayama, 9 wins, good tournament, but a bit of a reminder that Sanyaku return is not going to be all that easy for him. Shishi, he had a chance to get to 10 wins, but he lost it against Yoshino Fuji. It was a good touchy eyes. They thrust at each other before Yoshino Fuji got a good thrust, which lifted up under Shishi's right armpit. He drove forward with a hand on the outside right belt as Shishi was on the bails. Yoshino Fuji held that right belt grip and then just twisted hard to his left. Shishi was defending hard, but Yoshino Fuji had to twist as far as almost go down on one knee to try and force Shishi over the bails. Watanabe was the win there for Yoshino Fuji, also looking for Kachikoshi. Wakataka Kage, he pulled a very effective Hikiatoshi pull down on Daisho. Okay, I'll pause. It was a big dirty hanker to the left, and Daisho went forward and splattered on the ground. But they called it a Hikiatoshi, so good work. Kachikoshi for Wakataka Kage. Makekoshi losing record for Daisho. I don't think Wakataka Kage will get a Christmas card from Daisho this year. That's it for day 14. We are set up for a final day of this U-Show with it all to play for. Will the Ukrainian fighting machine get his first U-Show as an Ozeki to set himself up for a Yokozuna run in March? Look, I think the money is on him to take it to 12 wins. It's really just up to Atami Fuji whether he can follow him and force a playoff or win it outright if Aonishiki can't get past Kotozakura. So join me again, folks. Hakioi, let's learn sumo.